Okay, so for D, I can see I'm going to need the derivative of inverse sine. So the first thing I'm going to think about, if it's just the Plano inverse sine of x, that's one of the two I absolutely must memorize. 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared, where x squared is really just the thing you're taking the derivative of inverse sine of. In this case, that's x squared minus 1. So start off by putting in x squared minus 1 where there's that. And like all of these questions, don't forget chain rule, multiply by 2x also. So I don't know, it depends on how much simplifying you want to do, but I would at least bring this up, I guess. If you want to square this, go for it. I don't know that I would say that's more simplified, so I'd probably just stop there. But
the answer key, I don't know if it's right, but the answer key says it's 2x over absolute value of x times square root of 2 minus x squared.
Let me see what they did. Yeah, so what they did here is they kept going with this. And again, it's important that you guys do this sometimes so that you can do it on a test for multiple choice. But first off, they just squared this. So that would be x squared minus 1 times x squared minus 1. So if you need to do that out to the side to do it carefully, then that's better than missing it. And I'm going to just distribute this negative so I don't have to put parentheses here. It would be minus this, plus this, and a minus this. And then I'm guessing that they said 1 minus 1 goes to 0. And I don't know, sometimes we don't like these negatives in front, so it looks like they maybe swapped these two terms around in the square root. And then they went one more step, and they basically said if this has an x squared and this has an x squared, you could think of factoring that out as a GCF, and then the square root of an x squared just becomes an x. But because you took the square root of it, it better be something positive. That's where the absolute value signs come from. And then that would leave behind a square root of 2 minus an x squared, the stuff that didn't get pulled out. Yeah, so that's how they came up with 2x over the absolute value of x times the square root of 2 minus x squared. So they really just boiled this out, combined like terms, and then pulled out an x squared like that. So does that clear that up? Okay. Good question. Is there anything else about the end of that I rushed through too fast? Okay.